Hey everyone, my name's Nicholas. You guys know me as Pex. I'm an OSMOSIS CTF winner, and I'm a challenge creator. I made most of the impossible challenges for this year, and I am so sorry. This year was pretty bad. This year was rough. There are timestamps to each of the below challenges, so if you want to get to, the 3 that have 0 solves on them, skip to the timestamp right on the screen, and without further ado, let's get to a first challenge. So the first challenge is called The Note. The description isn't really relevant other than the fact it asks us for a specific person who left a ransom note. Looking at the photo, we have a poem in French, and if you shove it into ChatGPT, you get roses are red, violets are blue, dig deeper, and there's a flag waiting for you. The intended solve for this one is to either use an online EXIF tool or EXIF data online to show a couple interesting things. We could see an exact coordinate location linking back to Reykjavik in Iceland, which may be handy, and a string that looks like gibberish. Putting that string into a tool like CyberChef, we hit a little magic wand, and boom, there's our first flag. The second challenge, Where Did They Go?, is a fairly straightforward challenge. We have a picture of an airplane that has TF ice on the wing, and if you remember the EXIF data from the ransom note, it puts the location in Iceland. Looking at flights for TF ice that left at 4:13 GMT according to the poem, we see one on January 23rd, 2025. If we use a tool called Flight Aware, we can see that flight that left at 4:13 GMT from Iceland goes to Copenhagen in Denmark, leaving our flag to be KEF-CPH. SideQuest was a challenge where I was shocked and I wanted to incorporate just some sort of GeoGuessr level OSINT. I wasn't sure how many people were going to get this one, but this was one of the highest solved challenges in the impossible category, so well done to everybody who competed. So the photo is labeled Russia, which is hint number 1. My method was just kind of brute forcing and doing some research, seeing where you can compare. If you have some other methodologies or a more solid way of solving this, please let me know in the comments below and I'd be more than happy to take a look. The Numbers Mason was one I thought I would throw in just to do some preliminary research and have some fun with a challenge that I wanted to make. The answer? DTMF dial tones. So each number coordinates to a specific sound, so think flip phones, when you have to press a button a certain amount of times to get to a specific letter. DMTF dial tones work in the exact same way. Using a tool like DTMF Netlify app will produce a string of numbers. Using a tool like decode.fr, multi-tap phone decoder, we get bit ly aun raqu. Going to this bit ly, we get the flag. And a pretty cool website. With those 4 challenges out of the way, let's get to the real reason why you're here. On Their Tail was a challenge that you had to do a lot of research to know where to go. In the poem, we see, so back we go, retrace, reveal, to uncover the truth they tried to conceal. If we go back to our original challenge, the note, and plug it into a steganography tool called the PeriSolve, we can see an unusual PNG check offset. PNGs are usually not stego-related images. So what's happening? OpenStego is a common tool for PNG steganography specifically, and if we try to extract something from the tool, we get goodfind.jpg. It shows us a series of numbers and letters, which total to 11 characters. This begs the question, where do we go from here? If we are watching a YouTube video while doing our CTF, we may find something strange. The end part of the URL. This part is also 11 characters long. If we plug this in, we can find a private video from Amor Noir's YouTube channel. And at 1:59, we can hear something interesting. It's Morse code. It's 100% Morse code. Translating it, you get your first flag. Some Tunes was a challenge I thought was going to be impossible for anyone to get. It's possible, much harder than all of the other ones that have gone in this competition so far. I think someone would have found it eventually. It would just take a little longer than 24 hours. From the previous video, if you watch the YouTube link the optimal way, with subtitles on, and watched past the Morse code, you would see that there was a bit.ly link in the subtitles at the very end of the video for about 2 seconds. This leads you to a Google Drive called Valday. We see a text file named next.txt, and 2 other challenges we've seen before, which were Russia and then the DMTF dial tones. Next.txt looks like a bunch of gibberish. mainly because it is. XOR is a method of encryption that requires a key to decrypt, and this is what XOR encrypted text usually looks like. If we download this file and open the entire file in CyberChef, put in XOR as our recipe, and use the key valday, the name of the entire Google Drive, we get a Spotify link, which has 5 songs in it. Cupid, Carving Bow, Hercules Club. Google dorking this, there's a statue in Musée du Louvre. Sorry for all my French people out there. I am not French, and I don't speak it. But if we dork this and we go to the Musée du Louvre, we find a statue of Cupid carving a bow out of Hercules Club, which leads us to our flag, Musée du Louvre. Tips Hat was one of the most fun challenges I had the privilege of making. On Amour Noir's website, we see a scheduling page and a bunch of different things. If we dork the very top number on the scheduling page, 006-1804320, we realize that it's an ISBN for the book Happy Valentine's Day Mouse. There are also a few other things that are out of place. For example, on the venue page, we see page line word, lining up with the 3 numbers sitting directly below the ISBN, making this a book cipher. In RSVP, we see caps matter with a winky face. With this info, if we go to the specific page, lines, and words of an online copy of Happy Valentine's Day Mouse, we get Pig Loves Crackers, and crackers is all caps. If we try this in the password-protected zip in the Google Drive link, we get a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch and a love note signed by the man himself, with a new username we have never seen before. This picture of Benedict Cumberbatch was meant to be a nod at his role in Sherlock. And if you know anything about computer science or cybersecurity, there's a tool that does username enumeration called Sherlock. If we do username enumeration on the signed account, we can end up going to Reddit. And Reddit is where we get our final flag. I've been so lucky to work with such a fantastic team of developers and challenge designers, and Will and Margarita. You all have been so incredible, and I'm so grateful to the OSMOSIS Association for letting me put some of my challenges and my own spin on things for some of this. So if you would like to reach out to me, talk about any ideas, methodologies, anything else, join the OSMOSIS Association and add me on Discord, pex.x. Feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to respond at any time to anybody. Just let me know. And if you enjoy these challenges, like the video. I gotta promote myself here a little bit. I am also terrible at outros, so I'm just gonna end the video now.